Okay, so we're going to start on our back with our knees bent and our feet to the floor. Okay, just lengthen your spine into the mat so you're feeling nice and grounded. Have the arms just wherever they feel good to fall, so maybe just out to the side or back behind your head or on your torso, wherever kind of feels right. Just heel toe the feet open slightly wider than your torso. Turn the toes inwards slightly, like you're slightly pigeon toe the feet, and then just let the knees kind of knock into each other, so they just rest on each other. We just lengthen consciously the back of your neck, tuck the shoulder blades down your back, and then maybe taking a couple of deeper breaths, either through the nose or through the mouth. Just get yourself grounded. So just from here, just open your mouth nice and wide. Let your eyebrows lift up towards the hairline. Stretch your face as big as you can. And then scrunch up your mouth as small as you can. And then open as wide as you can. And scrunch it up. And then let your face just feel a bit more floppy. Give your jaw a little wiggle. Just take out any clenching from the jaw. Let the teeth separate at the back. Relax any gripping of the eyelids. Sense the softness in the face, the jaw, and the forehead, then bringing softness to the mind. Allow the breath to come into the lower belly, the side ribs, the back ribs, that IAP connection with your breath. Bringing in a gentle ujjayi sound to your breath, we really lift the soft palate at the back of the throat. That more audible tone of breath pulls through, like you're breathing through a straw at the back of the throat. Breathe in a way that steadies the mind. Breathe in a way that helps you feel just that little more grounded. Breathing in a sense that feels nurturing. Recognizing how you're feeling on a physical sense or energetic sense this evening. Honoring yourself with up levels or lower levels of options to suit you. The lovely thing about doing self-practice in our homes during this quarantine is there's no kind of studio ego, whether that's on purpose or otherwise, around us. We have the opportunity to really just listen to what our body wants to do without feeling the need to keep up with the people around us. So from here, next time you inhale, just separate the knees apart from each other. Lift up onto the toes of the feet, so the heels lift away from the ground. And then just rock the knees from one side to the other. And you can make that as big or as small as you want to. As the knees fall down to the side, have a sense of them reaching away from you as well, towards the far end of your mat, so that you get a bit of lengthening through the upper side of the torso as you twist. Okay, eventually let both knees drop down to the right and just bring yourself into any variation of a twist that feels good. We will be working on some rotation spirals of the spine, so just bring yourself into any kind of twist variation that feels like it's opening your back, opening the ribs. Maybe using right hand to anchor the thighs down, they're in reach. And really focus on the left shoulder blade, trying to slide down the back of your ribs. So you feel the left side of your chest is nice and open, and maybe the head turns towards the left hand. Taking the mudra with the hand of the index finger connecting to the tip of the thumb if you want to, so you create a focus point, a drishti, to draw the gaze onto your concentration points. And then bring the mind back to the breath. Create a little bit of resistance. If your right hand is with the upper thigh, of the thigh pressing into the hand and the hand pressing into the thigh, and see if that enables you to draw that left side of the rib cage towards the ground any further as you exhale. Take a last full round of breath. Using the end of that exhale, engage the bandhas, lift the knees through the center, and then taking the knees to drop down to the left in that same variation. So maybe they're just flopping down, maybe they're stacked, maybe left hand is with the upper leg. Allow the right shoulder blade to nuzzle down your back a bit further, feel the chest open. Maybe the head turns to the right, connecting index finger to thumb, create a drishti points. And then if hand is with the thigh, then create the resistance between the two. So maybe you get a little bit more room or something to press against to deepen into that rotation. Feel the breath. Take a full round of breath. Again, at the end of the exhale, engage Mula Bandha, that deeper pelvic floor, lifting the knees back up to the center and holding there. Hug the knees in towards your chest. Just take a little rock side to side to massage your spine into the floor. And then take both feet to the ground. Again, just allow the arms to rest out to the sides, but make sure feet are hips distance apart this time. Take a big breath into your belly. As you exhale, pick up the right leg to 90 degrees as you feel the lower belly and lower back pull down. As you inhale, take the foot back to the floor, belly expands. Exhale, pick up left leg to 90 degrees, pull lower belly down. Inhale, take left foot to the floor. Just take that once more time either side. So exhale, just pick up the right leg, pull belly down, just getting the limbs connected in with the core here. Inhale, take the foot to the ground. Exhale, pick up left leg to 90 degrees, belly pulls down. Inhale, both feet to the floor. This time as you exhale, pick up both legs to 90 degrees, fan the toes. So you have this kind of floating through the feet, halfway between a point and a flex. So you fan the toes wide. And then bring the knees into meet and bring the knees far away from you, enough so that your feeling in the core have to work, but we're not straightening the legs. So knees ideally stacked above the hips, somewhere that you can still press the lower back into the mat. So you're trying to imprint your mat to the ground, your back to your mat, sorry. Interlace the hands around the back of the head. So again, finding that cradling of the skull, bring the elbows towards the ceiling. And without lifting your head off the floor, reach the elbows towards the ceiling so you feel the armpits kind of tuck around the ribs a little bit further and the shoulder blades wrap around. Keep lower back connected to the ground and that activation of the toes and the feet. Take a big breath into belly. As you exhale, pull the belly down and then lift the head and shoulders up off the floor. Inhale, just take the head and shoulders to the ground. So it doesn't have to lift very far. Exhale, pull the belly down to lift the elbows up. Keep the forearms wrapping into temples, neck relaxed. Just take 2 more of those. So inhale to the ground. Exhale, lift the elbows up so the head and shoulders floats. Inhale, head to the floor. Exhale, lifting head and shoulders, holding at the end of the exhale, so you can squeeze the belly button down to the spine any further. And then take another breath in, keep the head floating. Bring in twisting abs, just a couple of rounds. So exhale, bring elbows towards your right knee and straighten the left leg. So we're going to hold here for a couple of breaths. So just keep the breath moving softly if you wish to. Reach out as far as you can through the left ball of the foot. So that left leg is as straight as you can get it. Keep the right knee stacked above the hip so the knee isn't tucking in towards your chest. Knee is stacked above the hip. Lift that right elbow higher so you're not leaning into right shoulder blade. So keep the feeling of wrapping shoulders and make sure lower back is pulling towards the floor. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, bring elbows to left knee as you straighten the right leg. Again, we're going to pause here just for a few seconds. Really lengthen out through that right leg. Push through the ball of the foot. Lower back stays down. So imagine you're trying to curl pubic bone towards the navel. Then lift the left elbow, left shoulder blade higher. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, elbows to right leg, straighten away through that left one. Lower back stays down. Squeeze the glutes into it this time. Keep the elbows reaching up. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, elbows to left knee, straighten the right leg. Squeeze the glutes. Pull back and belly down. Lift the left elbow higher. Inhale, come back to the center and place the feet and the head to the ground. Take a little rock side to side and then rock yourself through to seated, however feels best to get there, or roll to one side if you wish to. You can come straight over into all fours, so sweep the legs around one side and stretch the palms open into the round. Okay, take a few cat-cow rolls through your back. You all know the movements, so feel the abdominals have a bit of a stretch. And then allow yourself just to move into that, however kind of feels instinctively right this evening. So whether that's rolling side to side or running circles with the ribs. I'm just gonna check my camera. Good, you joined us, lovely Maywin. Keeping that going, let the breath kind of initiate the movement of it. Have the neck roll into it. Allow the weight to transfer around the palms and the fingers. And then bring yourself back into a more neutral feeling through the spine. On your inhale, lift the right arm towards the ceiling. As you exhale, draw belly to spine, thread the arm underneath your left armpit. Reach out towards that left wall. Inhale, float the arm back open again. Exhale, threading under, reaching out for that left wall. Inhale, one more time to lift up. Exhale, threading under, allow the shoulder and the temple of your head to come to the ground. And then building, if you wish to, into this, any variations. You can stay exactly as you are, or we lift the left hand up to the ceiling, maybe wrapping it around to hold into the right thigh if it can reach. Other options then to build in the left leg to straighten. Toes can stay on the floor or toes can float off. If you press down through the outstretched right arm, that help you stay on balance. Any variations. Keep the breath moving. Maybe you create the mudra again of index finger to thumb, so you have a focus point. So if your left leg is floating, then reach it back any further. It's actively lengthening away from that leg if you can. Slowly, if your toes are floating, bring the toes to the floor, bring the knee to the floor, unravel left palm and press yourself into all fours. Have a little wriggle out if you need to, let the shoulders and up and back, just move a little. And then on your next inhale, lift the left hand open, broad through the chest, bring the breastbone into the ceiling. Exhale, thread it underneath, reach out through that right wall. Inhale to lift open. Exhale, threading under. Last one to lift up. Exhale, thread under, shoulder and temple come to the floor. Again, any variations to build. So maybe staying here, maybe right arm wraps, maybe left leg lengthens and lifts, wherever you want to be. If you have lengthened or lifted that right leg, then lengthen it a little bit longer. So you're pulling the leg away from the torso. Maybe connecting the mudra for your drishti, index finger to thumb. Keep pressing down through the back of that left arm. Feel the breath into belly and ribs. And slowly start reversing the way you came. Coming back into all fours. Give again the back a little wriggle out. So take your right leg back behind you and then just turn yourself into a supported side plank variation. So left arm lifting to the ceiling, spin the left shin open so your right arm is lifting up. I think I said that right. Just circle this right arm a few times, just loosening off through the shoulder. And then change the direction. And then reach the right hand away from you as though your right hand is trying to reach towards the right ankle at the back of your mat there. Using this arm to encourage neck release, so allow the head to sink down towards your left shoulder, let the jaw relax into it, and then entirely up to you where you bring this floating arm, whether it reaches back a little, maybe turn the nose down so you're looking at your left hand. Find the stretch that brings it through the side of your neck. Stay with the focus on the breath once you have the stretch. So belly button pulls into spine. Release any feeling of back bending from it. So think tailbone slightly drawing towards that right heel as well. Option to stay here or step out the underneath leg so you're in a side plank. Keep the neck release in it if you can. So bring that kind of balance of the strength work and the release work, a sense of ease coming through the pose. Really pushing the floor away with that left arm. Keep the hips lifting away from the floor. Take a breath in. As you exhale, start to reverse the way you came. So if your left knee is closing, place it down and bring the hand back to the mat. Back into all fours, but keep the right leg straight, back behind you, toes tucked underneath. Tuck the toes of the left foot as well. Rock forwards into the hands, take a breath in. And as you exhale, pick back up into a three-leg dog. So your right leg is going to float up as you push back. There can still be a bend in the supporting leg here, that hamstring's feeling a little bit tight. Just getting the weight through the arms. Take a full breath in. As you exhale, again, reverse the way you came. So the left knee is going to come back to the mat first. Place the toes down at the back of the mat, and then bring right knee to the mat. Good. Taking that side plank variation on the other side. So left leg lengthens back. Turn the body to left arm lifts up. And then circling the arm a few times one way, loosen up through the shoulder, and a few times the other way. And then reaching the fingers away towards that left heel. Check the chest still feels open, and we haven't punched the chest closed. And you bring this arm or your head into any kind of placement or alignment that enables you to feel the stretch through the side of the neck. When you're with the stretch, then focus back into the breath and use the breath to pull belly button to spine, think slightly tucking the tailbone if you're feeling the kind of back bend through lower back. Either holding here or option to up level, you take the right leg away underneath you so you're in more of a side plank. Keep pressing through right arm. Feel the underneath side of the torso working as you lift the hips and have a nudge off away from the ground. You can use that right arm to push into the floor so you feel like you're lifting out of the shoulder. Keeping that sense of ease running through it as you stay with the neck release. A sense of calm and the strength of it. On your next exhale, slowly start reversing where you came. So again, hands back to the mat. Keep the left leg long. Toes on both feet tucked under. Rock forwards into the hands, take a breath in. As you exhale, kick back up into three-leg dog, left leg floating. Again, both legs don't have to straighten at this stage. The hamstrings are still warming up. Take a breath in. As you exhale, reverse the way you came. So right knee comes to floor, and then left knee comes to the ground. You can give yourself a little wriggle out. And then find your way into downward facing dog, knees heavily bent. So look, we're squatting into it. Get the chest to reach back towards the thighs. Find a deep opening through the armpit to the chest space. Like that. Paddle through the feet. And then roll yourself forward to a plank position. Again, holding this plank, you can place the knees down if you want to down level into it. But find that opening through shoulder blades, whether knees are on the floor or off the floor. Broaden the shoulders. And again, bring that sense of ease through it. So relax into the neck and the jaw and the breath. But the arms and the core of the body are working strong. Take a full breath in. Then as you exhale, bring the knees to the ground and the chest to the floor. Half chaturanga, elbows squeezing into the ribs. Slither forwards onto the belly and lift the chest to cobra. On these first ones, you can take the arms further forwards if you want to. Exhale, bring it back into all fours. Tuck the toes and come back into Adho Mukha. This time, maybe straightening the legs up a little bit. As always, you can keep bending the knees if that helps you lengthen through your lower back. Keep some movement through the legs if that helps you just release. Keep your cat on the mat if that just brings some kind of cat comfort. Hello. And then start walking the feet up towards your hands, coming into a forward fold at the top of the mat. Soft bend in the knees, hang on to alternate elbows. Make sure the feet are about hips distance apart, maybe a little bit wider. And then start just swaying the body from one leg to the other, just loosening off. Again, allow the head to really dangle through that hip of the arms. And then bringing the fingertips to the floor, so you can bend the knees as much as you need to get them there. Take a deeper bend into your right knee as the left leg straightens. Keep both heels on the mats. Take a breath in. As you exhale, switch legs, so bend into the left, straighten the right. Both heels stay on the mats and weight slightly forwards into the balls of the feet. So you feel like the heels are light to the ground, but they are not lifted. Take a breath in. Exhale, switch sides again, bend into the right, straighten the left. Bring your right hand more towards the left side of the mat, and the left hand lifts up to the ceiling. Push down into the supporting hand so that the shoulders spiral. Maybe keep reaching up to the ceiling if that feels good, or maybe wrap that left hand around. So again, you might be able to grab hold of that right side and pull the chest round even further into the spiral. Keep the weight still, slightly forwards into the feet. Allow the head to hang if that softens the neck. Take a really full breath. As you inhale, lift the left hand back up again and exhale, place it to the floor. Switch the legs, so the bend is in the left, straighten the right. Left hand comes towards the right side of your mat and right hand lifts up to the ceiling. Again, maybe holding here, just reaching up if this feels good, or wrap the hand around, you decide. Transfer the weight slightly forwards into the feet still, and use that wrapping if you've taken it to keep the right shoulder to spiral open. Push into the floor through the left hand to help you release into the twist. On your next inhale, lift the right hand back open, and exhale, bring it to the ground. Take a halfway lift as you inhale. Exhale, soften over the legs, slowly rolling up through the spine, with the tailbone down first. Pull in the abdominals to help you lift. Again, use the bandhas. Roll the shoulders down your back and lift the head on top of the spine. Make sure the feet are hips distance apart. Okay, just holding here in Tadasana, stretch the fingers open, so palms are facing forward, so you have a sense of being open through the body and through your energy. Maybe just close your eyes for a couple of breaths and just try to focus on the length of your spine. So some of you, depending, it's a completely independent posture, maybe just have a sense of drawing the tailbone down and naturally kind of have this arch at the back. Maybe release the tailbone further back a little, just kind of settle yourself into a neutral feeling through the body. Make sure you can feel all of the toes into the ground, weight even into both feet. Breath moving wide into the ribs and into the belly. Notice if the jaw has started to tense up, or the forehead. Notice if your breath has stopped. We'll start with some sun salutations. So inhale to lift the hands to the ceiling. Exhale, find Uttanasana. Inhale, Urdhva Uttanasana, hands to floor or shins. Exhale, fold into the legs, step the right leg back behind you, and place the knee down to the floor. Take a classic sun salutation to start with. So one breath to lift the arms up. Exhale brings you into plank position. Take a breath in. Exhale, either half or full chaturanga. Inhale, lift the chest, cobra, or upward facing dog. Exhale, back to Adho Mukha. Pausing here, take a full breath in. And a full breath out, Ujjayi breath. As you inhale, lift the left leg towards the ceiling. Exhale, step through to between the hands, place back knee to the floor. Inhale, lifting hands, one breath. Exhale brings you to Uttanasana at the top of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale, reach the breastbone forwards. Exhale, soften over, step the left leg back behind you, push the knee down to the ground. One breath to lift the arms up. Exhale, float back to plank position. Inhale in plank. Exhale, half or full chaturanga. Inhale, lift the chest, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Staying here, one full breath. Inhale, lift the right heel. Exhale, step it through to between the hands. Place the back knee to the floor. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, forward fold at the top of the mat. Halfway lift as you inhale. Exhale, fold into the legs. Inhale as you rise, come all the way up to standing. Palms together above your head. And then bend the elbows so the hands hook round to the back of your neck. Keep the fingers stretching open, so palms are together, fingers open. Hug the elbows in towards your arms, up and closer so you can see. So arms hugging in towards the sides of your head, so you're kind of squeezing into it. And then lift the elbows up so you feel the extension come through the sides of the ribs and maybe lengthening through the chest a little bit higher. Really hug the forearms into the head so it's supported, there's nothing through the neck. Think points of the elbows reaching to ceiling. Feel the breath move really wide into the rib cage. Keep the arms as they are, take a full breath in again. As you exhale, forward fold from here, then release the fingers towards the toes. Take a halfway lift as you inhale. Exhale, soften over the legs, step right leg back behind you. Place the knee down to the floor. Inhale, lift the arms up. As you exhale, circle the right arm back behind you. Sweep it along the floor, and then inhale, bring it back up to the top. Switching sides, exhale, left arm circles round. Let the shoulders circle. Inhale, bring it back up. Switching sides again, right arm circles back. Inhale, scoop it up. Left arm circles back. Inhale, scoop it up. Right arm goes again. This time use that right hand. Maybe it finds your right thigh behind you or lower back if that's more comfortable. Lift further up through the left hand. Keep the shoulders really turning open to the right and then let yourself lean back into it as though your hand is reaching up the ceiling behind you. Sink the hips down towards front heel a little further. Some of you may be staying with the thigh or lower back. Some of you may be bringing the fingertips to the inside of that knee, to the mat, if we can reach comfortably. Okay, you take it your pace. Get the hips sinking forwards and this left arm reaching back behind you. On your next inhale, reach the left hand to the ceiling and use that to pull the right arm back up with it. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back into plank position. Take a breath in. Exhale, half or full chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, back into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Taking 2 full breaths here this time. Again, you decide which posture you're kind of just nudging into. Take another full breath. Inhale, lift the left leg high. Exhale, step it through to between the hands. Place the back knee down. Just taking 1 breath to lift the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, step left leg back behind you. Place the knee down to the floor. Inhale, lift the arms up, we bring those circles into it. So left arm starts circling back behind you. Inhale, sweep it up to the ceiling. Exhale, right arm circles round. Inhale, lift it up. Left arm circles round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, right arm. Inhale to lift. Left arm circles round again, this time holding there. Maybe the hand comes to find the left thigh or to your lower back, wherever you are. Reach further up through the right hand. The right palm is reaching back towards the ceiling behind you somewhere. Staying here, keep the shoulders spiraling, but the hips trying to face the top edge of the mat. Those of you a bit deeper into it, maybe this left hand comes down to the mat on the inside of the knee. Sink the hips further forwards, keep reaching up and back through right arm. Take a full breath. Use the right arm to reach up to the ceiling, pulling into it. So left arm lifts, take a breath in. Exhale, come back into plank position. Inhale. Exhale through chaturanga. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, down dog. Pausing, take a full 2 breaths. Maybe there's that bend in the knees, maybe the legs are straight, maybe toes are slightly turned in. Lift the right leg on your next inhale. Exhale, step it through to between the hands, place back knee to the floor. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, Uttanasana at the top of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold into the legs. Inhale as you rise, come all the way to standing. Exhale, hands to the sides of the body, back into NamaSTE-at-home. Stretch the fingers open again, palms facing forwards, feet together. This time to big toes touching, but spread the rest of the toes open. So your feet occupy as much of your mat as you can sense. Pull the fingertips towards the ground. So you feel the shoulders come down away from the ears. And see if you can maybe grow a little bit taller through the crown of the head. Again, just being aware of the posture of your spine, the weight distribution between one foot and the other, the breath, the softness through your body. From here we come into Utkatasana, chair pose. So take a deep bend in the knees, lift the hands up above the head. Holding here, soften the shoulders. If you feel more comfortable with arms in cactus, take the arms open if you want to. Think tailbone drawing down towards the heels, pull belly in. So again, focus into the bandhas, Mula Bandha, that deeper pelvic floor lock. Uddiyana Bandha, belly button drawing towards the spine as you exhale. So navel meets the pelvic floor on the exhale, feeling that real internal strength. From here, bring the hands to heart center. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, bring the left elbow towards your right thigh, hooking the elbow over. Press the hands together so your thumbs turn towards the sternum. And then just lengthen, just even out your knees so your left knee hasn't slipped in front of the right one. Check your toes aren't gripping into the floor. I know some of you will have stressed out toes in this one. And think your tailbone being pulled towards the back of the mat. So lengthen through lower back. On your next inhale, bring the hands through the center. As you exhale, bring right elbow to left thigh. Press the hands together. So again, thumbs come into the center of the chest, the sternum. Check one knee hasn't slipped and check the toes aren't gripping. Lengthen the tailbone towards the back of the mat. On your next breath in, come through to the center. Exhale, forward fold. Take a halfway lift as you inhale. Exhale, step or jump through to your chaturanga. Keep breathing out until you've lowered. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, back into downward dog. Lift the right leg towards the ceiling. As you exhale, step through to between the hands, come into your warrior one. So back foot slightly on a diagonal. Lift the hands above you. Bring your left hand down. So the palm is at the back of the neck. The right hand sweeps under and maybe grabs the fingers behind you. So Gomukhasana arms. If the hands don't meet, just keep the hands on the back wherever they do meet is fine. Take a breath in as you feel that lift of the chest come up. The right knee is staying with that deep bend, reaching away from you. As you exhale, like a humble warrior, bow forward so your left elbow is trying to come to the floor on the inside of your front foot. It does not have to come to the ground. If you're kind of in line with your thigh, then think about the left elbow reaching forward toward the wall in front of you rather than to the floor. So that's to just down level into it slightly, reach the elbow forwards, to up level, the elbow reaches to floor. Stay where you are, take a full breath. Push through the front foot, bring yourself all the way back up again. Lift both hands to the ceiling. Exhale, hands to the floor, sweep the right leg back high into 3-leg dog. Bend the knees, so right heel squeezes towards left glute. Keep the shoulders facing the mat, but think about the hip bones and belly button trying to turn towards the ceiling. Really squeeze the heel towards left glutes. Feel that opening around the front of the right hip. Allow yourself to back bend into it. Let the head hang through between the arms, neck is relaxed. Again, find that softness through the pose in it somewhere. So find the sweetness of it. Maybe that's through the breath, just feeling a little bit more easy. If you feel the breath struggling, then soften your way out of it a little bit. You're feeling the lower back feel compressed, just take out some of the back bend. As you inhale, lift the toes back up to the ceiling, straighten the leg. Exhale, bring the knee towards your left elbow. Kick the foot out to the side, so the foot is nearer that left hand than it is to your back foot. Drop the back heel and lift left hand to ceiling. So again, kind of in that supported, like the side plank, but right leg is stretching out. Push the ground away, so you lift yourself as high off the floor as you can with your hips, as though you're trying to grab hold of the ceiling above you. Take another full breath. On your exhale, bring the left hand back to the floor and slide the right leg through to pigeon, so knee comes behind the right wrist, and send the back leg further away. Come down to the floor, any posture with the arms. Find a restorative pose through it. Slow down the breath. Bring the hands back under the shoulders, lift the chest up. Bring left hand in front of you, so fingertips to the floor, like you're spidering the hand. Right arm lifts to the ceiling and circle it round behind you. If this is feeling too much of a back bend, take the left hand further forward, so you're leaning forward still. Take another circle. Inhale, lift the right arm up. Exhale, twisting the shoulders round, reach it back. Take one more. Inhale to lift up. Exhale, turning round. Either, again, you can down level this slightly, soften it, we're just keeping the right arm reaching high. Mid-level, keep the shoulders turning, reach back to the back of the mat. To up level, pick up the back foot into the right hand. So deep twist and back bend. So go easy if you're taking care of your back. Try to create the feeling of tucking the tailbone, so there's not too much compression in the lower spine. And using that lifting of the bandhas, that mula bandha, deeper pelvic floor lifting in. Soften the neck. Slowly release the right foot if you have the left foot, if you have it. Bring both hands to the floor. Step back into downward facing dog, both feet on the ground. Just give the legs a little paddle out, the hips will sway side to side, ease that out of your back. As you inhale, lift the left leg high. As you exhale, step through to between the hands. Lift the left leg back up again, sorry. Take a bend of the knee and squeeze. Oh no, we were right, oh my gosh, sorry. Step through, warrior one. Keeping you on your toes, arms lifting up. The right palm is at the back of the neck. Here we go. And the left hand throws around behind you, maybe grabbing fingers, maybe pressing palms into your back. Deepen the bend into that left knee, but keep the right leg really straight and strong, pushing back. The chest lifts, tailbone stays reaching down. So really pull in the lower abdominals. So you hopefully are kind of opening through the front of the right hip into your right hip flexor as well. Take another breath in. And on the exhale, bowing the elbow down towards the floor. Again, to soften it slightly, reach the elbow forwards instead. The up level is elbow to floor. Back leg is really engaged. Make sure the right quads are engaged. Deepen the breath. And then pressing through the front foot, lift yourself back up again, unravel the arms, reach them high, take a big breath in. Exhale, hands to the mat, scoop your left leg up, coming into three-leg dog. And she's back in the mat. So bend the knees, squeeze your heel towards right glutes. Shoulders stay facing the mat, but think hip bones and belly button trying to turn towards the wall on your left. Pressing down through that supporting heel. Find the softness in it. Soften into the breath. Soften your neck. As you inhale, lift the toes back up high. And as you exhale, bring the knee towards your right elbow and kick the foot out to the right. Again, the foot is closer to your hand than it is towards your back foot. Drop back heel, lift right arm high. This fallen star. Imagine right hand is trying to grab the ceiling above you, really pressing nice and strong through that left arm. Trust the wrist, trust the arm. Trust your breath. Take another full breath in. And as you exhale, bring the right hand back to the floor, come into pigeon, so knee behind the left wrist, foot towards the right. Bring yourself to bow forwards into it, any posture with the arms. Deepen the breath. Lifting yourself up slightly, keep the right palm forwards in the front of the mat. So again, if this feels like you come into too much of a back bend, take it further forward so you're still leaning forwards into it. Left arm lifts up to the ceiling on an inhale, and exhale, circle it around behind you. Take 2 more full breaths. Inhale as you lift, exhale to circle back. Once more. Okay, on this last one, either you stay reaching to ceiling, you stay reaching back behind you, or maybe some of you pick up the back foot. Good. If you have the back foot, press the foot into the hand slightly, which is going to help the shoulders spiral, the chest feel open. Really drawing lower belly to spine, like you're almost trying to tuck the tailbone. It'll give you a sense of lifting through the lower abdominals. Good. If you have the back foot, slowly releasing, take the hands to the floor, step back into your downward facing dog. Take a deep breath. Bring the gaze to your hands, bend the knees, step, walk or float the feet up to your hands. Take a halfway lift as you inhale, and exhale, fold over the legs. Step either leg back behind you, so you come into a wide leg stance, whichever way you can kind of still see the screen. Open the legs out as one, so you want to take them into that prasarita, turn the toes in slightly, heels open. Palms to the floor, take a halfway lift as you inhale. As you exhale, belly to spine, deepen into the fold, forehead coming towards the ground. Pull up the thighs, so quads feel engaged. Press the big toe, ball of the foot into the mat. Inhale again, lift the chest forwards. Exhale, deepen into the fold. Inhale, take the halfway lift again. Left hand stays on the floor. As you exhale, lift right hand to ceiling, full belly to spine. Inhale, both hands to the floor, breathe into the belly. Exhale, lift left hand from belly to spine. Inhale, hand to the floor. Exhale, right arm lifts, belly pulls to spine. Inhale, hand to the floor. Exhale, lift left hand, belly to spine. Inhale, hand to the floor. Heel toe the feet in together. So you're in a forward fold, Uttanasana, feet and hips distance apart. Halfway lift as you inhale. Exhale, soften over legs, slowly rolling up to standing. Bring the right knee in towards your chest, take a breath in. As you exhale, bring this into Vrikshasana, your tree pose, so right sole of the foot against inner thigh or calf muscle or toes to floor if that's more comfortable. Okay, be careful you're not around too many hard objects if you're feeling wobbly. Pad yourself out. We have sofa cushions, so you can create a soft, safe space for ourselves. So option 1, to hold here. Option 2, we take the foot towards your left thigh, so you come into more of a figure 4 feeling, so more into that kind of glute stretch, and bowing into it like the chair pose. The tailbone is reaching back. Bring the point of your elbow to the knee and to the ankle. Okay, you can rest an arm onto a wall, whatever is around you if you need to. Or you can just sit and have a cup of tea and a biscuit while we do this. Take another breath. As you exhale, bring yourself back up to standing and release the right foot down. We're just going to take that onto the other side. So left knee lifts and then bring it. You can use the hand to help guide it into inner thigh or foot to calf or toes to floor. Avoid putting the foot into the knee. So option 1, you hold here, tailbone draws down, we get as much rotation through the hip as you can sense. To up level, the ankle comes to right thigh, send the tailbone back, elbows meet the knee and the heel. Chest is reaching forwards towards the tip of the thumbs. Good, nice flat back feeling, lovely. On your exhale, slowly bring yourself back up and release the foot. Okay, so if on that time you just took tree, maybe this time you up level to the kind of squat. So you up level from here, come into it. So right leg comes in, take your option of either tree or the figure 4 squats. If you're in figure 4 to up level, bring the, take a breath in here in the center, and then your right elbow is going to come across towards the right heel that's folded over. If we can, and you can use the other hand to help you adjust it, get the elbow into the sole of the foot. So then you have something to press against, palms are pressing together. Try and bring the thumbs towards the center of the chest. So you get a deep hip opening and a deep twist at the same time. If your tricep, the upper arm can press into sole of the foot, then you can lengthen the arms up to up level from there as well. So you spiral open into it. Good, again, find the softness. Wherever you're holding, maybe that's a softening through the jaw, or through the breath, or through your ego. As you inhale, bring yourself back to the center. Release to standing, step the foot down, give your legs a bit of a shake out. Nice. Didn't see much wobbling there, that's good. Take it to the other side. So again, maybe you're holding tree. Maybe you up level to the figure 4. Elbows either to ankle and heel, or we take a breath in the center. Then as you exhale, belly to spine, bring the left elbow to sole of the foot. You can use the right hand to help them meet. Okay, palms pressed together. Bring the thumbs to the center of the chest, the sternum. Mindful that one side might feel quite different to the other, so one side might feel available, the other side may not. Maybe if the tricep, the upper arm is in the sole of the foot, press them together so the arms can open. You get that lovely sense of resisting against yourself to open the chest. Wherever you are, find the softness in it. Feel flat on your face, find the softness in that. Inhale, come back to the center and begin to release your weight out. Step the leg down. Nice. Take a forward fold. Soft bend in the knees, little sway from one side to the other. And then bring yourself to seated on the mat, however feels good to get there. Both legs out in front of you. Okay, just lengthening, level through the spine. Just take a fold over the legs. Maybe there's a little bend into the knees. Just feeling that straightening out of your spine. Doesn't have to be too deep. Just find the fold. Keep some soft movement swaying into it if you need to, just to help release tension off the body. Slow down or deepen into the breath. Slowly starting to roll yourself back up, bend the right knee, and then open the hips so we come into Janushirshasana-A, heel tucking in towards the groin. Okay, if we remember here, if you get a deeper opening through the hip as we fold, if you come onto the tiptoes of this right foot. So if you've not done that with me yet, I'll just show you closer to the screen. So while your leg is in the inner thigh, push into the board of the foot so the heel lifts away, pushing that together as you fold in. So you'll get more rotation through the hip coming in. Give it a try. It might work for you, it might not. See how you feel. So folding in, pressing ball of the foot into inner thigh. So it helps you anchor that right sit bone towards the ground. Slowly start to roll yourself back up again. Bring your left hand to this bent right knee and the right hand up to the ceiling. Take a big breath in, lift up through the right arm. As you exhale, lean across towards the left toes. You bring more of a side stretch into it. Good. Some of you may be taking the right hand to the left toes and then pulling into knee and foot so the gaze comes underneath that right arm. And again, sometimes just because you can doesn't mean that you have to. Maybe tonight it just feels more gentle with a gentle stretch. Take your right arm forwards of you so you fold forwards and then lengthen the spine back up straight. Just switching the legs, so we take Janushirshasana on the left side, bending left knee and open the hip out. Good, I can see lots of soles of feet the same. So then again, maybe if it helps you press the ball of the foot into inner thigh like you're on the tiptoes of the inner thigh. Take a breath in and then use the exhale to fold. Lovely lengthening, good. Again, there can still be a bend in the right knee if it helps just bring a bit of ease or release to your back. Keep pressing the ball of the left foot into that inner thigh to help you keep left sit bone rooting. Slowly start to bring yourself back up and you bring a twist into it or a stretch for your lower back. So right hand comes to the left knee and left hand lifts to ceiling. Take a big breath in. Exhale, lean across towards the right toes. And again, you take this as deep as you want to take it. So maybe left hand comes to right toes, maybe it doesn't. If you have the right toes, then pull into both hands so the gaze spirals underneath that left arm. Again, find the softness into it. Release the neck, release the breath. Slowly rolling forwards and then straighten yourself back up again. Bring both feet to the floor. Just give the knees a gentle rock from one side to the other. Give the back a wriggle, however feels good. And then bring yourself onto your back. Bring the knees into your chest and massage your back into the floor. Take both feet to the ground, rock the knees from one side to the other. And then I'll just give you this next 30 seconds, a minute, just to take any last postures that you feel you need to. So a happy baby might possibly give you this sort of neutralizing feeling through the back. Take a bridge pose or another twist, or just come straight into a shavasana if that feels good. So just intuitively kind of moving wherever your body needs you to move. Good, just even yourself out and then work your way into a shavasana if you're not there already. And just tuck the shoulder blades down your back a little bit, let the chest feel broad. Maybe give the face another little stretch out. Good, let the jaw go, let the forehead go. So just noticing maybe the sense of strength through your back, or that sense of open space around the chest or the shoulders, noticing how the practice has moved the body. We've worked into some quite deep twists, so if the back is feeling a little bit tensed at the minute, then just take a bend of the knees so the feet are on the floor if that's a bit more comfortable, starting in that more restorative pose that we started with, where the knees rest into each other. Notice the breath move really freely into the lower belly space. Notice maybe a bit of space around the hips, the pelvis, the rib cage. And see if you can allow the bones of your body just to drop a little bit heavier into the floor. See if you can allow the muscles of the body just to drape over the bones. And allow the skin of your body just to lay really softly over the muscles, over the bones. Allowing the breath just to really gently move the prana through the bones, through the flesh of the body. And then just slightly changing the tone of that breath, so the sense of prana moves a little more energy through the body. And staying with a really cellular connection of the body, use the breath to initiate some movement, maybe through the hands or the feet. So let the energy of the body just start to move you out of your shavasana. Bending the knees perhaps so your feet come to the floor if they aren't there already. Just let your spine reset to the ground. And again, just make your way out of this posture to seated, however your body is kind of asking you to move, whether that's a roll to one side, or you can stay lying down for another few minutes if you want to stay where you are. If you bring yourself to an upright position, then just lengthen your spine straight so that the hands rest to the knees or onto the lap or to the heart center. Softly closing the eyes or gaze low to the floor. Just bringing to mind just one thing that you can feel grateful for today. Bring to mind one thing that you like about yourself today. And recognize how getting to your yoga mat has served you in some way. Closing that gratitude, self-compassion and achievements to your heart center. Close the palms, rest the thumbs to the heart space, and use the thumbs just to guide the chest upright to have a sense of pride through the body. Take a last full breath in. And as you exhale, bow the head to your hands. Thank you for joining me, lovely lot. Namaste. Thank you.
Ciao, ciao. I'll mute you.
Thank
Bye,
you.
guys. Love you. Nice to see y'all.
Bye. Love you all.
Bye.
Good Thanks, Pip. That was great class.
Thanks, Faye. Thanks, Jen.
Yeah.
Bye, Pippa.
I survived it. Whoop, whoop.
Good girl. Thanks, Bernard. Thanks, Michael.
Bye.
Enjoy the sunshine. Bye.
Bye.